Welcome to the Fake MMA Fans Guide to UFC 291. These are probably going to be good fights, interesting, might be relevant, could be cool, yes. First fight is Matthew Semelsberger versus Uros Medic. Matthew Semelsberger, pretty dynamic fighter, hasn't been a part of a lot of finishes, but pretty good athlete, former college football player.
Dan Smith, BYU.
Usually pretty exciting, has a win over Jake Matthews, who's fighting later on this card. He's fighting Uros Medic. Really long, rangy, dynamic striker, has lots of finishes, KOs, TKOs, always goes for it. His only recent loss is Jalen Turner. Not a big negative. Should be dynamic, should be fun, shouldn't be a waste of your time. I would watch, could have rankings relevance in the near future. Boom. Next fight. Jake Matthews versus Darius Flowers. Matthews coming off a loss against Semelsberger, but decision was fun. This one should be fun too. He's doing pretty well. He's gotten a lot more dynamic later in his career. He has that great KO over Andre Fialho. Darius Flowers coming off of the LFA scene in Dana White's Contender Series. Pretty good finisher. Seems to have a potential weakness in his grappling that might be able to be exposed by Matthews. Who knows? But both finishers, both dynamic, should be fun. Watch it if you don't want to be bored. Next, we have a Russian-looking Ben Askren fighter named Roman Kopylov fighting Brazilian Claudio Ribeiro. My Russian MMA friends seem to be quite high on Kopylov. He's pretty dynamic, pretty exciting. He's coming off of a TKO win via body kick. Should be fun. He's fighting Claudio Ribeiro, who seems pretty fun as well. Has loads of finishes. Has only gone decision like once in 14 fights. His only recent loss is against Abdul Razak Al Hassan. He hits really hard, not surprising. I don't think that's really a blemish. They should probably do a lot of fun things in their fight. I would watch. Next, we have the Giants. We have the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, fighting Marcos Rogerio de Lima. You have to watch Derek Lewis fights. I don't feel like I need to justify this to even the dumbest MMA fan. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work on him. His back's against the wall. He really needs a win here. He's come off some controversial and weird losses, got submitted against Spivak in his last fight. De Lima, pretty good banger all around, pretty decent. He's not as big as I think you need to be to hold down or potentially submit Lewis. So probably going to be an uphill battle. Heavyweights can crack, but it's Derek Lewis. Most recently, De Lima submitted Arlovsky and then had a decision against Cortez Acosta, another new heavyweight. I feel like his ceiling is a bit lower. Derek Lewis' ceiling is a lot higher, but he's at the end. Could be a crossing and pass. Who knows? I think it will be fun. You should watch him. Derek Lewis is always worth your time. Go watch, please. Thank you. H-Town, hold it down. Next, we have the undefeated Bonfim brother, Gabriel Bonfim, against Houston's Trevin Giles. This fight is probably going to be a blowout, and not because I think Giles is bad. Bonfim just looks incredible. He's 14-0, tons of finishes, incredible fighter. His brother Ishmael looks also fantastic. He does have a loss recently, but both of them are wild and fantastic. Giles could very well upset Bonfim in this fight, but knowing how insane Bonfim is, I expect something flying, spinning, inverted. Something weird is probably going to happen, and it's going to be really crazy. So I would watch the Bonfim brothers. When the Bonfim brothers fight, you watch. That's my advice to stupid MMA fans. Trust me. Next, we have Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland. This fight doesn't make any sense to me. No idea why it got made, really. Michael Chiesa last fought in 2021. Since that fight, Kevin Holland has fought 5 times, with his most recent win being a KO over Santiago Ponzinibbio. He's a bit bigger than Chiesa. Chiesa's inactive. It's probably going to be a striking affair with Holland winning in spectacular fashion. But Kevin Holland is known to take the fight to places where his opponent is strong. See the Wonder Boy fight. He did well there. If Chiesa can get it to the ground, he might win conceivably. I would watch. Could be interesting. This one could be a bit sad, but we'll see. Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. I don't anticipate Tony Ferguson winning this fight, but Bobby Green, like Kevin Holland, sometimes takes fights to where he shouldn't. Sometimes Bobby Green ends up in positions he didn't intend to in fights, and in a way, kind of like Kevin Holland, if Tony Ferguson can somehow get this on the ground, he might be able to pull off the upset, but his last fights don't indicate that's going to happen, so could be really sad. Not the biggest fan of this matchmaking, but you might be witnessing a retirement fight. So, dumb MMA fans, Probably worth your time, albeit maybe you'll cry. Next, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Michel Pereira. I would watch because it's karate versus chaos. You're as likely to see a one-punch KO from Wonderboy as you are to see a running cage walk kick from Michel Pereira. If your goal is excitement, this fight probably will have it in the weirdest ways. There's a chance Wonderboy just circles him from the outside and picks him apart and then eventually TKOs him. But Michel's pretty fearless and will do a backflip onto you. So, I'd say watch it. Next, we have what was rumored to be the new light heavyweight title for the vacant belt. Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira. This fight makes a lot of sense. Pereira's going up to light heavyweight. He was cutting absurd amounts of weight at middleweight. This could be good for him. The only issue is Jan is a black belt and pretty good at grappling. We saw what he did against Israel Adesanya. But Jan has also said he intends to strike with Pereira. Could it be a troll? Could it be a way to psych him out? Who knows? He's probably going to strike with them. He strikes with people every fight, no matter their weaknesses or strengths. He just does it. Pereira seems pretty confident as well. He's got the power to end anyone in the world. He's extremely scary, and this could be the fight that leads to him becoming a multi-weight class champion in MMA. There's two ways this fight goes probably. Alex Pereira getting a wild KO with like a left hook, Sean Strickland style, or Jan exposes Alex Pereira's lacking ground game that we suspect he has as a kickboxing champion. I'd watch. And finally, for the BMF title, Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier 2, a rematch from a fight that is now over 5 years old. Their last fight was incredible. I don't anticipate anything less. As a dumb MMA fan, you're probably going to watch the main event. I would say you've lucked out and this is a good main event. Not sure what title implications this will have, if any. Probably none, I don't know. The winner might get a contenders fight. I don't really know. Maybe we'll see another rare takedown from Justin Gaethje. Probably not. They're probably going to kick the shit out of each other. So, you should watch. Enjoy UFC 291. Let me know if you appreciated this breakdown of fights for the fake and dumb MMA fans out there. Catch you later at the next large to medium-sized MMA event. Have a lovely day.